Okay, let's settle a mild dispute for my family. The 23rd of December, my daughter's 19, BF 19, came for dinner. We had a dinner then because he's going away with his family for Christmas. He arrived, rang the bell, and I answered the door. He came in, took off his jacket, and that's when I saw it. He was wearing a t-shirt that said, "It's not gonna suck itself." I took one look at that shirt and asked him if he had any money. He said no and asked why. I told him that the shirt showed a marked lack of respect for both my daughter and my wife. I pulled two 20s out of my wallet and quietly ushered him back out the door, towards the Walmart 3 miles away, and told him to buy a more respectful shirt and come back with it on. Mind you, this whole exchange took place between him and I, without an audience. He was gone for 15 minutes, came back with a nice polo shirt on. We had a nice dinner together, and nothing was mentioned of the incident. The next day, my daughter came to me, and he, mother, and told us what I did, humiliated him. They aren't in breakup territory or anything, and no yelling or anything of the sort went on. My wife did tell me I could have handled it different. So Reddit, am I wrong for handling it this way? And if so, how could I have handled it? Edit. I'm 57 and a long-haul truck driver, so I've had my share of bad moments. Most of us guys here can remember stupid things that we did as a teen, even into our 20s. The ones that stand out for me are the ones where someone didn't react with anger or malice. They were the ones that someone reacted with constructive kindness, one where a quiet redemption was offered, where a mirror was quietly held up to my behavior. Those are the ones I learned from and appreciated the most. Hopefully, he comes out the other side with a new appreciation for kindness offered quietly and without fanfare. Just my thoughts. Update number 1. After reading these comments and listening to everyone's point of view, I sat my daughter down this morning and asked what her BF actually said to her. This changes my opinion of him. Apparently, he'd not told my daughter what the phrase was on the shirt, but did tell her accurately what I said to him and asked him to do. He didn't use the word humiliated. That was Dee Dee's interpretation. Her rush to defend him came from our examples. Apparently, she's took note of times I've defended my wife, and vice versa. She also took note of our disagreements in private after the fact. She is going to talk to him when he gets back tomorrow to follow up on why he thought the shirt was appropriate for the family setting. I'll update again after that conversation. Update number 2. My daughter called him about an hour ago, and this will be informative. She asked him why he'd not told her what the shirt said when he talked to her. His reply was telling, because it was embarrassing. Then she went on to ask him why he wore it originally, and he admitted that the shirt had been a gift from his older brother, 21, and that the older brother had dared him to, called him chicken when he objected, etc. Dumb sibling crap, apparently. She went on to tell him that none of what he'd done was cool, and that she really liked him, and that he'd always been kind to her. She said she wasn't breaking up with him, but that these steps needed to be done. First, he needed to explain to his parents the entire situation. Second, he needed to show up in person to our home and bring the money for the shirt. And, as she put it, put in a whole ass-kissing session that included the explanation of the dare, etc. She said that, if this was handled well, they could talk about moving forward and what that looked like. After the phone call, she talked to her mom and I and admitted that she forgot her worth. She said that I, as long as she'd been alive, had never gone out of my way to embarrass her mom, and that I'd always been respectful and not let anyone be disrespectful to her mom. Made me feel good, so she wasn't going to settle for less. Good for her. I'll update after his visit later tomorrow afternoon. Update 3. This will make those of you following this saga laugh. I received a call this evening from Mr. BF's parents. Firstly, they are mortified and extremely apologetic. Secondly, and the whole best part of this update, I have their permission to squeal, is that his parents are on Reddit and commented on my post in support of the way I handled the situation. They told me that they love my daughter and that we'd raised her right and had not raised their sons to show this level of disrespect for anyone, let alone his GF. Apparently, BF was following up on one of my daughter's conditions and went to talk to his parents. As the story unfolded, his mom reached for her phone, opened Reddit and yelled, "Is this about fucking you?" to quote his dad, As the son read the first one-half paragraph, he died a little inside. So anyways, they are going to come to dinner tomorrow evening with BF. More updates tomorrow night. Update 4. Dinner was very pleasant. Let me say that his parents are great. BF showed up with red roses for my daughter and yellow roses for my wife. He offered what I thought was a very sincere apology and a card with the entire $40 in it, even though he'd given me the change and receipt on the original night. I cooked tonight to give my wife a break. I made an Indian dish called butter chicken with basmati rice. Neither had eaten curry before, but loved it. Woohoo! As it turns out, older brother is the family athlete, JV soccer, V soccer, and a sports scholarship for soccer, the quintessential jock. Little brother is the exact opposite, artistic, he's got real talent, sensitive, quiet, and felt like he never measured up to big brother and works to gain big brother's respect. Brother takes full example of this and exploits his little brother for shits and giggles. Near the end of dinner, daughter says, I think I'll keep him around for a little longer. You guys okay with that? We are good with that for now. His mom is the boss, though, for thinking outside the box. As punishment to older brother, mom went into his clothing, drawers and closet, took every shirt off of him, and bought him 8 very bright pink t-shirts that he'll wear until he realizes just how damaging exploiting someone, anyone is. His access to cash is also cut off until said lesson is learned. Anyway, a successful night with new friends was enjoyed. Hope this was the update you hoped.